Despite being killed nearly instantly by Darth Sidious within his office, the Jedi Master Agen Kolar was one of the most powerful and skilled Jedi of his era, which is in fact why Mace Windu selected him to help confront the Sith Lord. Today's video will be all about Agen Kolar, a Jedi Master that I feel is very much slept on, as his screen time is minimal and he has even less dialogue. No dialogue in fact besides a scream. But Agen Kolar is actually pretty interesting, and has a deep and layered history over the course of the Clone Wars, as well as an interesting history with Darth Sidious before the two of them ever met, or at least before they met as Darth Sidious instead of Chancellor Palpatine. Before we explore this though, first let's talk about the history of Agen. Agen belonged to the same Zabrak species as Maul. However, he was not a disciple of the Night Brothers of Dathomir, and was born on Coruscant. Agen was the Jedi Master that replaced Eth Koth on the Jedi Council, another Zabrak. Once Eth Koth was officially removed, Agen was considered one of the best duelists in all of the Council. Within the Council, he was closest friends with Mace Windu, as the two of them were known as being the most aggressive, stubborn, and arrogant of the Jedi, and in a sense found a kindred spirit in one another. They were also, though, firm believers in the Jedi Code and the Republic. Agen was known to jump into combat early and ask questions later, but was also one of the best fighters on the Council, earning him the reputation of one of the most strongest-willed Jedi Guardians that belonged to the Order. Agen Kolar was one of the few Jedi that survived the Geonosian arena battle in Attack of the Clones. However, his Padawan would fall on the battlefield, an experience that would change Agen forever. More impressive than these events though, Agen was a prominent Jedi general through all of the Clone Wars, and was rarely defeated on the battlefield, surviving nearly the entire Clone Wars until the climax of the war. Agen was so renowned and skilled that Yoda decided long ago that if Sidious were ever to reveal himself, the two best Jedi meant to face the threat would be Mace Windu along with Agen Kolar. As in Yoda's opinion, only Agen and Windu together would be a match for Sidious. It should be stated though that this was a major mistake on Yoda's behalf, as this was far before he had any idea what it was like to face Sidious in a duel, and had no idea who Sidious really was. Yoda simply assumed that the two Jedi would be powerful enough to overcome the Sith Lord. Obviously, as we saw in Revenge of the Sith, in short, Yoda was very, very wrong, as Yoda massively underestimated Sidious. Still though, let's discuss why Yoda believed that Agen was powerful enough to defeat a Sith Master, and a master of powerful Sith Lords such as Dooku and Maul. Agen Kolar favored the use of Force Push in combat, and was known to apply it suddenly against his opponents, devastating them with the sheer force of the blast. Truly exceptional with a blade, Kolar was one of the most skilled swordsmen in galactic history, earning the respect and even admiration of the likes of Mace Windu himself. A considerably talented combatant, Kolar was a master of Form 4 Ataru, the same as Yoda, and was perceived to be second only to Yoda, rivaled only by Ki-Adi-Mundi in his mastery of the form. Form 4 was aggressive and acrobatic, typically acquiring one's enhanced use of the Force. However, this was not all of the tricks that Kolar had at his disposal. Kolar was also an adept and a master of Form 5, and often combined Djem So and Ataru swordplay in fighting. Form 5 Djem So being the favored form of Anakin Skywalker as well as Darth Vader. Essentially, his lightsaber style was a mix of Yoda's and Anakin's. Kolar's proficiency in lightsaber combat was such that the Jedi Council believed Windu and Kolar alone would provide a significant counter to Darth Sidious, were the Sith Lord ever to reveal himself. Let's talk about the actual duel itself now between Agen and Palpatine that has been built up so heavily. During the confrontation in the office, Palpatine singles out Agen, realizing that he must kill him quickly, and in the novel for Revenge of the Sith, Agen is the first Jedi Sidious targets, as he attacks him mid-speech in an effort to catch him off guard, which was again a successful tactic, realizing that Sidious needed to kill him quickly, as Sidious was threatened more by Agen Kolar, perhaps more so than any other master present besides Windu. But that was Agen Kolar, the other Jedi besides Windu of course, that Yoda believed could actually defeat Darth Sidious, and one of the two Jedi that Yoda had planned to eventually confront Sidious. This again turned out to be an absolute joke, as Sidious was way more powerful and, more importantly, cunning than any of the Jedi that confronted him that dreadful night that the Jedi fell. Still though, despite being killed in literally 2 seconds, Agen was powerful and one of the few Jedi that I very rarely see discussed in the Star Wars fandom. So I wanted to highlight this character that's actually surprisingly really cool. Anyway, my friends, now that you've heard my thoughts and a little bit of the history on Agen Kolar, what do you think of the Jedi Master? And did you know much about him before this video? And as a big question, what do you think if Agen and Mace Windu actually engaged in a duel? According to my analytics, a lot of you guys that watch the channel aren't actually subscribed yet. So if you've been enjoying the content and want to help support the channel, force choke that subscribe button. As always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. May the Force be with you and have a great day.